welcome back to the channel and more Blood and Plunder here as we wrap up the natives with the infamous and legendary Native American commander King Golden Cap. So if you're looking for sort of like the just ultimate native commander specifically for this force here, the Darien or the Golden Island tribe, he is certainly a heck of a figure to bring into your games, and just kind of stands out even amongst all the other native commanders just with like the sheer amount of abilities that he has. So jumping right in, as we mentioned, he could lead the Darien or the Golden Island tribes. Comes with a standard melee weapon, but also a thrown weapon, not a firearm, so keep that in mind. Has what for the natives seems to be the high end as far as stats go, so 12-inch command range, which is fantastic, and a excellent 3 command points. So with that, we get a nice leadership bubble. We can definitely affect a lot of our force and have, again, plenty of command points to go around. Now, he does come with a slew of special rules here, so we're going to kind of just go alphabetical on this. Starting off, and we don't see this one too often, but he has what's called Aggressive Commander, which is another one of these abilities that really is just meant to give another ability. So basically, all friendly units within his command range gain the Hard Chargers rule, which is pretty nasty. So if we can keep the force kind of effectively within that range, we're getting a really cool ability. And with Hard Chargers, basically, if we're charging into combat, we get a -1 bonus to our fight test on the free fight action. So with these native forces, and a lot of them also being very good at fighting in general for hand-to-hand, that can be quite deadly. Taking already good units and essentially making them that much better, but it does actually get better with him. He also has Elan. Don't see it too often, but that's a neat little ability. But basically, if his unit is in combat, we can issue a single command point to another unit within his range, which can lead to all sorts of fun interactions as well. So nice one to have. Then he has God's Blessing or the Devil's Luck. Very rare, but usually just reserved for like the most like top tier characters. And as if he doesn't already have enough cool stuff, basically this ability gives him a 4th fortune point, so already excellent there. Also has Great Warrior to just kind of keep with the native commander theme here, and this is where things get really scary, especially with Hard Chargers in his command range. So the commander cannot go into an inexperienced unit. And then the unit that he does join, though, all the models in there can be upgraded to War Captains for a point per piece. And then once per turn, the War Captains can apply a -1 bonus to any test they take. So shooting, certainly, but here's where it gets nice, right? Hard Chargers on his own unit should affect his own unit, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think that, but if somebody thinks it's different, feel free to put it in the comments. But basically, we can stack the bonuses as far as I understand. So, Great Warrior, we're going to take that test, we're going to charge in, we're going to have Hard Chargers, we're going to apply it to that fight action too. So we're going to have a -2 bonus to the fight test, which, on the right unit, if he's joined that's going to be downright just absolutely scary. They should, barring just absolutely crap dice rolls, you should be able to essentially one-shot whatever unit you're fighting with that, pretty much guaranteeing 90+% of all your dice getting a hit, if not 100. So really spectacular stuff there. So if we can line it up to where his unit isn't going to be exposed to too much fire, we get into prime positions to get charges off. Maybe the enemy unit already has a little bit of fatigue on there. Maybe they've already taken a casualty or two. Again, we should be one-shotting the enemy. So really good stuff there. Also has Unwavering. We have not seen that one all that often. But basically, if his unit, for some reason, starts an activation shaken, it immediately removes a point of fatigue. Free actions are always welcome in this game. And if this would leave it with 2 points of fatigue or less, it is no longer shaken and can act normally. So unlike a lot of other units where they would start or still be considered shaken, I think, for the turn, this gets around that, and they're basically right back in the action. So good stuff there. Combine that with, again, wonderful 3 command points, all the fortune stuff, so we can rally as needed. Now, with all this stuff, though, it is surprising, a little bit surprising, that we don't have at least, Inspiring. But, again, that would, I think, push him to kind of busted levels. Points would definitely have to go up. So we've got all those things, but wait, there's more. He does have vendetta against the Spanish, so obviously situational. But if we're fighting against the Spanish, um, basically this force, a unit can reroll one failed die in any rally test. So again, against the Spanish, we're going to stay in the fight much longer, and hopefully pull out the win. But all in all, he is just a badass character, really cool model that they've produced as well, and certainly can bring the pain to an enemy. So if we build a list that's optimized to take advantage of everything that he brings to the table here, get his unit involved as well in the right situations, and making sure that they can just essentially combo the Great Warrior and Hard Chargers, and just in general get as much of the force taking advantage of Hard Chargers as possible, we're going to be quite frightening. A lot of the enemy isn't going to, in a lot of the cases, be equipped for close combat. Maybe they'll have a unit or two of that, but by and large, a lot of their force isn't going to be excelling at close combat. So when we can smash in there and hopefully just, again, more or less one-shot enemy units, or instantly shake them or break them, whatever we need to do, right? We're going to cause lots of problems. So um, fantastic commander. Let us know, guys, in the comments, have you run King Golden Cap? How did you customize your list? Did you run him in the Darien or the Golden Island tribe list? That obviously will play into what we can do with him as well. Or if you've come up against him, how have your games fared as well? Hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe, and we'll have more Blood and Plunder for you soon.